Hey, welcome on in. Got another late night stream here. For a little bit. We'll see how long. Div 1 finally. A couple days left to get up to Div 2. I'm an elite player. We're getting there. Slowly getting better at this game. Last year I would have defined myself as elite. This year, it's a bit of a process. It's a very different game to any FIFA we've had before, I'll say that much for free. Hope your day is going well. You don't get there, also you're so elite, you're too kind. But I will get there. I have no doubts about that. Question is just which formation I want to be experimenting with between... Got my 4-3-3 holding and the 4-2-3 one we're doing today. Interesting. That should have been mine, but whatever game. That also should have been mine. Okay. Yeah, muscle him. I'm stronger. We're fine. Okay. Looks good. Thank you. Low. Okay. Oh, that's such a disappointment, Schuler. Good, Garcia put an interception. Scully. That's not what I'm hoping happens there. It works brilliantly, actually. Wow, Patry. It should be mine. Yeah, it's for run. Good, Sandway. Oh. Okay, that's disappointing. Give me that one. Oh, they broke first touches so badly this year. Marcial is nowhere near where I want him to be there. This is disappointing. No. Come on. Is that where I'm trying to pass that game? I guess I got fouled? Question mark? That's just wild. They lose the ball there. No game. Don't. Register a stand tackle, please, not a clearance. Where am I supposed to go, game? Okay, let's build up something for real this time. Oh, such a disappointment. That should be a goal game. I'm genuinely surprised that gets blocked. Oh, but I can't. Ah, game. Oh, game. Oh my goodness. He's offside. This video game. That should never go in, game. You can't reward that. Oh. It's not mine. He turns so quickly there. He just holds the width. I guess that works. Can't convince me I don't deserve to score that. Green time shot and everything. How on earth are you saving that game? Oh, okay. Oh, man. It's not who I pass it to. I'll take the luck. That only... I don't get it. I don't get it, man. How on earth does the game think it's supposed to be registering that directly at the keeper? Hello. Well, come on in, Bohemian. I've had two brilliant chances this game that both go directly at the keeper on green time shots, despite having players with 90 finishing and 99 finishing. Very confusing, if I say so myself. Brilliant, yeah. Don't... Why is that a sprint touch? I'm not sprinting with him. Okay. Okay. That's so disappointing, man. Like, he doesn't get anywhere near an actual state that should register as having defended me. You know what I mean? He's completely wrong-sided. Bro, that's... He's not being manually controlled. I disagree that... I'm in the perfect spot to get that, man. Come on. My Ballon d'Or objective. 7. Ugh. Imagine putting offline game modes in your all online required game mode. Like, you have to be connected to the internet to play Ultimate Team. Why even bother putting offline games, if you ask me? I know, some people like them. It's just... Don't... Bro... That offside trap almost ruins it. What is that attacking AI? Do all that work and just not an inch of space there. What was I supposed to do? Oh, wow. Thank you. No, it doesn't even give me the ball. Take that. Just gonna hope. Yeah, like that's a random sprint touch. They don't normally accelerate that quickly with that, but that's the only ability I've had to get through the back line. Yeah. Okay. It's not the skill move I meant to do. She holds on to it well. Oh my god. Okay. He doesn't turn correct. That's not my ball somehow. Dude. And goalkeepers don't save this nonsense. Okay. Doesn't perform a tackle as requested. That tackle works somehow. Bro. Just... One of these has got to go in, yeah? It's not who I passed it to. Look what you do to me now. This guy's panicking so bad. I'm entirely in control of this game. Okay. Yep, brilliant. so many there I could have actually had that the game won't give me. Oh, I got lucky. It's not actually a foul, though. Swore it would have been. Is she onside? Because, please, game. Wow, okay. Oh. Who's excited to see the XG at the end of this game? Because it's going to be like 4 to 0.5. Good, Milo. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I completely panicked there. It was never the skill move to do. Okay, I got lucky. I will admit I got lucky. But also... Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Alright. 9.7 and 2 assists, I guess. Yeah, I'm looking for the XG. The XG is what I want. 3, 4, 1, 2. Not the formation. The numerical value of the XG stat in that match. I had such good shots from such good positions in that one, and still... Okay. It's Neymar and bring Rafinha back in. Actually get decent chem on him, or more than one chem for the first time in a while. Because of Ter Stegen. I should actually make sure that they are... Yeah, they should be, but... Okay, we're gonna stop from the 4-2-3-1 back to the 4-3-3 holding for another game, just to judge my build-up. The only problem I have with the 4-2-3-1 is the cams are too wide, the wide cams are too wide, center cam's a little inaccessible, and nobody gets into the box. Actually, funny enough, sometimes one of the wide cams will get into the box, but only when the center cam isn't, or only when like only one wide cam at a time. Try the half-winger stuff for a game or two with 4-3-2-1. I can try that after this one. I want to do my direct comparison between the two, but not 56 ping Y game. Remind me what you had again. 2 Shadow Striker cams, target forward, half winger, and what were the fullbacks on? Was it false back? Who do I have that's half winger? I think KDB. Hamshik is, but only as cam, not as center mid. Okay. Yeah, just remind me how it goes again. That's better ping. I think beyond all the attacking positioning thing, problems I have, the main problem I have this year is I just cannot trust holding the ball with my CDMs. I just can't trust it. Stanway has like 89 dribbling and a Guardian, the best dribbling chem style in the game, so she gets up to like 95 for face stat dribbling, and I just cannot trust it. She loses the ball so much for me. Okay. VVD is just ridiculous. Thank you, Stanway. Schuler's offside immediately. We love that. That's directly through me. Like, Ta got his left foot on that and whatever. Really disappointed Musiala's tiki-taka minus can't play that. Really disappointed Garcia's tiki-taka minus can't play that. Oh, what is that game? Okay. Striker's advance forward, Cam's playmaker. Bro, like, he doesn't defend that, though. That skill move is not actually purposefully defended. How do you actually explain to me that Sissoko gets that? Alright, you just sprint. Oh, it bounces back and you over the top it, because of course you do. No. Okay. For what it's worth, for the most part, I kind of like how this plays. Neymar's actually drifted somewhere nice there. Good Kimmich. And get very lucky. Try the layoff. They have 7 defenders back to my 1 attacker. Bro. Come on. Good. Okay, cam depends. Target balance, cams give shot. Okay. That first touch ruins it. The shot cancel just didn't perform. That's bad. Okay, game. There's something extra that happened that, like, it's so hard to describe what that actually was. But there's an extra input. Piss off. It doesn't even register anticipate plus, like, procking. Come on. There was an AI defender. That should have been mine. It just gets through me. It was meant for Schuler. If it goes to the... And I don't get that. Goes to the right player, I score. I should have had the ball back. I should have had that if you ask me. Like, my opponents get that off me all the time. It's gonna end up with you. He doesn't even contest. Let him get there. Let him get there. Yeah, Sissoko is the bane of my existence anytime I play him. Free kicks are also way too easy. Considering how easy they are to receive as well. This is not right. Where's my... this one? How do you shoot like a power shot in free kicks? I have no idea. Rafinha drops back, man. Come on. It's not a pen. If he goes down, it's a pen, man. For what it's worth, dude, I just I literally just destroyed you. I held the ball for longer than you have ever managed this whole game. There just is no way to score. Like, if there was a way through, I would have found it, you know what I mean? That wasn't just spamming some nonsense. But no, I stand a better chance doing this than any actual reasonable attack. Yeah, I know you're mad at me for being in the game still, but you don't deserve to have scored 1 goal, much less 3, dude. So, piss off, dude. I can't move with him. He's stuck there. Why? Okay. God, there was such a defender advantage on those this year. Nope, it's supposed to be the other side of the defender. Bro. Oh dear. This opponent is god awful, man. This guy sucks. Why do I lose these games so often this year? Oh my god. That's offside. It's not gonna register. Yeah, it is gonna register. This game has the least skill gap, I think, of any online game I've ever played. Oh my god. It's not like it matters. Bro. Liao makes that pass. Alright. Game. Okay. Oh, this is frustrating. He moves away. He just runs away from me. I love you too, EA. What have I just seen there, man? Bohemian, are you on short passing or balanced? I'm going to guess short passing based on it being you, but... Counter. Oh, you know it's a bad game when somebody like you is using counter. He can be half winger. That's what I forgot. I don't have another false back defend though, so never mind. Or another false back in general. I think I just do this for this game. Target balance and shadow striker first, okay. Which would mean... Set target. The nice thing about Schuler is she does have target forward plus. Leaves us with Shadow Striker. That should all be correct. I would need to consider trying a counter tactic myself, except any attacking wingback formation I have. If I put that on counter, I'm just gonna get destroyed. I did forget attack on the center mid. I can't pause before the game anymore? That's strange. You notice my tactics better than I do, Bohemian. The most attentive viewer. Bro. Okay. Uh-huh. Great. Wow, he's way wide. I knew that wasn't gonna work. I just wanted to test. I mean, pro any other FIFA, I'm fine there. Awful video game, just awful. Right. Sandway is way up the field. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah. Switch my player on me. That's just... No, I... Okay. I mean, that one is my fault, but... What an interception. Alright. She's... He plays it on his left foot, it's fine, but no. Good, Rafa. It's wildly disappointing, alright. Good. That's where I've got no options each time. Okay. Bro. Okay. It's fine, actually. Good. Oh, game. Okay, it's lucky. It's also somewhat lucky, and then, wow, okay. I suppose. I will definitely be trying out the Playmaker version instead of the Shadow Striker version next half. Oh, come on. It's getting caught so easily, man. He's got a chip shot minus, so I wanted to test. I don't really care about not scoring that one. Does not really bother me. I mean, it's just a random through ball, so. Oh my god. I see the effectiveness. I like attacking down the middle too much, I think. The benefit from this one comes if you really utilize the half-winger. Especially with players like these two, with passing a Bernardo and KDB. See, look at Stanway, though. Pushes her up to be my striker there. It's kind of wild. It's very lucky. Nice. Nope. That was well defended. Having the one extra wide pass when needed, yeah. It's safe. I see the effectiveness. Please, Bernardo. I think he's just offside, yeah. Shame. What came? That's lucky. You're supposed to do that the touch before that, but that's also lucky. Okay. How am I not getting any of these? Oh dear. Should have had that. I read that. Thank you. I feel like I defended that one. It's not who I passed it to again. So even my opponent has to do all this extra pass nonsense just to even try to get anything going. Oh. Also shame. Also shame. Also shame. Okay. If anybody would like to move forward, then that would be great. That's lucky. Had to be manually queued. I know it's Playmaker instead of Shadow Striker, but still. I'm also really not used to the whole counter thing, for what it's worth on that regard. Oh, that's interesting. Well, that's some space. Thank you. Alright, he's not going to come short. He's on counter and half a winger. Just not used to it. That's unlucky. Okay. Good, Carvalho. He can play that because he's KDB. That's such nonsense. He gets that too. Thank you. Right. Why is Musiala sprinting backwards, man? Switches to the wrong guy. Don't you dare, game. Just don't do it, man. Okay. Balance a short pass. Enzo? Is that Francisco first name? You know, I never bothered to learn. Normally I do. Used to it, and it's very easy to build up. I see it. It's the like the half winger does kind of take up better positions than the normal wingback role, and the false back makes sense to just it's the replacements. The cams are in okay positions, but it is. I don't have the passing triangles between them that I want. Stanway, I'd also have to put a holding on her probably because she was really aggressive. Francisco. Yeah, I never actually bothered to look at his first name. Enzo's a good name, yeah. I think that one's going to have to be a no for me. As I was balanced, maybe they sit back a little. had the same problem with the cams in that 4-3-2-1 that you do with the wingers in the 4-3-3. Shooting anime. Yeah, he had a couple like first time shots immediately after a skill move that were great. He had a couple where, you know, he's getting tackled and he still just finishes the animation anyway. Very buffed card on the animations. So if I can't have the freeform rotational attacking AI that I want, the next best thing for me is normally the players sitting in pockets. So instead of them being creative, I just pass it to them in space and then be creative on the dribble. But dribbling doesn't work like that this year, which leaves me really struggling for offensive options against opponents whose teams don't load. Can we skip the animations, please? I just want to get into the game. I hate that EA has all these cutscenes and stuff you gotta watch. Imagine a free-flowing, like... That's not a foul? Huh? Genuinely confused. Alright, it's Neymar. He dove. That's fair. Better not from there. Oh, that's actually open. It was way too aggressive for me to be worth it, though. Alright, fun. Interesting. It was meant to go up to Musiala. Thank you, Stanway. So I got cooked on the dribble there, to be fair. That's unlucky. Okay. Okay. Did you... You saw that, right? Why on earth is that going up in the air? This is unacceptable, man. This is just garbage. Come on. Good, hell do you actually swap back over there? And that's just literally through me. That's also right past. Could have been mine. That doesn't make any sense. Okay. Yeah, I can't play unbalanced. Not with attacking wingbacks, I think. Okay, that's not where I want that. Just pass it to the wrong player. That's such a disappointment. Wow, they ruined L1 dribbling just entirely. Okay. Did that a touch too late? He does that when I request the command and I'm still in possession of the ball right now. Wrong player, man. Come on. What? That's offside, though. Okay. That's lucky. It's very lucky. Not the kind of goals I'm trying to score. If I'm this opponent, I'm very upset. He has controlled me all game. False back and Shadow Striker. Let's see the difference. Just a test. Because I'm not having any luck with my base. Standard formation for this one. Come on. Brilliant. Thank you. I read that game. You can't. God, man. The amount of times it bounces just back away from me. That's not where I wanted that, but alright. Oh, okay. Thank you, Kimmich. I was supposed to go upfield. That was disappointing. It's fine now. Good, Rafa. Wow. It's a corner somehow. Because Yamal is stronger than Ta, as we all know. He's not going to lock onto it. That's just... Oof. Alright. Berlin's AI actually gets that. That's wild. It's a great ball. Franciscoli is nowhere to be seen. Okay. See the tactics. I'm experimenting. So I've actually tried out different things in this game, but I can show the tactics thing after this game, yeah. Okay. Oh. How is he so slow? It was meant to be in the air. That's strange. Oh. Okay. And that works. Kimmich, okay. It's a great finish. But I'm only scoring counterattacks. So the actual tactics I used at the end of that one were that. I wouldn't say nice. It's again not the goals I want to be scoring. Although against the high press, then that is kind of all you have. And I was on short passing. Do like Shadow Shacker and the wide cams? Feel like the Get in the Box did have better instructions, I agree. I've generally been trying Playmaker instead of Shadow Striker, so I'm going to give that a try this game. But I've been doing attacking wingbacks, so I'll try out Playmaker on all cams, but false back on the wingbacks instead. Here's the thing though, every instruction last year had better attacking AI than this year's rules. Like there's not a single possible way to play some of the ways I played last year. I doubt they could, because I bet it's coded too far into the game or anything, and obviously they wouldn't do this because it looks bad for the shareholders or whatever. But I wish they just got rid of the system. I wish they just admitted, hey, this FCIQ thing doesn't work. We're going to remove it from this game, give you the old thing back, and maybe tinker with it for next year. Also, I'm very tired. This one has to be the last one. I'll be live tomorrow. Probably earlier in the day. That seemed like an almost all-purchase team. No first owner. And we're pausing. Come on. So realistically this year, it's just like I concede way too many and I'm not scoring enough. And the ones I concede are usually ones that are or should have been successfully defended at some point along the stage. And my opponent gets something lucky to go their way. And that's interesting. Now, a lot of the goals I score are still also like that, but definitely don't get as many as the opponents do. It was a great turn from Kimmich. Interesting. I mean, that worked, but it's only because I, like, perfectly avoided the offside trap every single time. That is It's a great goal. It's not a very repeatable goal, you know? Although it's early with this tactic. Let's find out. Yeah, it's way too greedy for me. I get stuck in this. I never did this last year. I get stuck in this, like, just go forward this year. And I think a lot of it is just dribbling it. I can't escape my opponents from... Bro, come on. I can't escape my opponents from just, like, tackling my midfielders at any point. So I'd rather get the ball forward and rather than like lose it in the midfield, but I have to find some way to hold on to the ball in the center of the field with the midfield better than I am. Yeah, he's heavy coming out of that. He doesn't want to do the L2R2 immediately out of the skill move. Okay, man, come on. Interesting, so it's Guerrero who's open there. That's lucky. Musiala's gone all the way out wide to replace. That doesn't make any sense. No. Whatever. Hit the wide midfielders AI and instead forward they sit on... Yeah. At least they're accessible to be passed to, but then you just never have options in the box whatsoever. Yeah, this opponent has one Eddie on offense. It should have been mine though, game. It is mine. Unlucky. How is that not offside? That actually surprised. Please get connected with me better than that, Musiala. I guess that's the downside of short passing. Good, Stanway. Almost. Okay. Thank you for tackles from behind game. It's just through me. The problem with a system like the one they have is when you build, follow me on this, when you build a system like this, you have to have downsides. You have to have downsides. You cannot program, like you cannot create Shadow Striker and just have them have like the ability to build up. And yeah, Francis Goli, like off of that skill move, shooting is wild. You can't have Shadow Strikers still have the ability to build up and be accessible and always make the right run. You know, at some point they have to make just the wrong run, or they have to be inaccessible, or they have to harm you at some other point of your build-up, or they have to interfere with your striker, like, whatever you do. Because when you build a system like this, it's like, okay, but then everybody would just use Shadow Striker. There's got to be some reason to use Playmaker. And it's like that for every single role, without fail. And it makes sense. Like, short passing should not be the best option. It should be an option, right up there with balanced. And if you want counter, it's fine. But you look at the system, and it's like, well, the downside of short passing means nobody ever makes runs forward for you. And the upside is you hold the ball deeper against the way too effective defense. It just kind of sounds like two downsides. So of course, again, like, you've made your other components of your system too weak again for another year, because you always do it. Because yeah, the game's built for the casuals and all that. But we're left with a system where they've tried to implement a lot of variety where you should be able to create depth from it. But all we actually get is limitation. You know, for all of the variants that we can technically do now, like, there are just more things you can make your cams do. There are more things you can make your strikers do. That's not up for debate. There are more locations on the field they take up, or whatever. Like, yes, we have a system with more things now. Thanks, game. But in reality, what we have is, like, free kick is taken so slowly. And that's a foul. Yes, we have a system with more things, but less individual things per thing, if that makes sense. Goalie movement, man. No. Game. Okay. That should have been blocked. You know, you can't have Shadow Striker also perform Playmaker role, or nobody would ever use Playmaker. You can't have Playmaker make good runs into the box, or that eliminates the entire point of Shadow Striker existing. When before, they would just actually genuinely do both, you know? Poorly, and not all the time. But if the space was there, like, they'd make the run, even if you don't have get in the box for cross. Well, this guy only has L1 sprint boost stuff. That being intercepted doesn't make sense. Considering all the interceptions I don't get. Oh. Good block. Now, like, obviously this is a problem any video game faces. You don't, like, you can't make a gun for Black Ops 6 that has good range and good, like, good long range and good short range and AoE and single target, and like, right, you've got to have at some point, again, some limitation. But what's funny to me is it just kind of feels like you're selecting your, instead of selecting your strengths, it feels like you're selecting your weaknesses. You know what I mean? Bro, I ran into my own player. Like, you pick a game where the fun attacking element is prioritized. It's like, oh, I play this way because I want to be really, you know, fast and explosive, or I play this way because I want to be really in control, or I play this way because it makes up for my own deficit, my own weaknesses. Is my opponent missing a... No, it's just... And in this game, it's not like I play this way because it makes up for my weaknesses. It's because it's the only conceivable way I can think of playing that, to the strengths that I have, lets them appear on field ever. Ask why the change from 4-3, please. I think I need the tactics board to explain that. I can do that in just a second. I will have to get offline soon, but we can do a short little discussion on that. If you're still here, Gilver. Finding it almost impossible to score good goals against opponents who play on aggressive depth. When you do score a good goal against an opponent, I was thinking about how this wouldn't be possible if they... Yeah. It's like you play against somebody on that high depth thing, and Sandman's gonna score. GG. You play against somebody on the high depth, and you get no chances all game, and then you get one through ball in behind you, and you go score, and it's like, well, I only scored because you're on 91. Not because of any other reason, but that was also the only thing I had. You are better than most of pro YouTubers. Thank you. What's wrong with the... You watch me play on the lunch break? I'm glad I'm relaxing enough to be a break type streamer. I was first articulating how the AI behaves because they're designed to only play... Yeah, exactly. When you don't want like single individual things like that. You want actual variation and variety and all that. Right now it's looking like Shadow Striker, which is a shame because I like personal preference would be Playmaker, but in-game effectiveness is Shadow Striker, it looks like. You just... We're going to talk about it here, so... Let's take your opponent's basic defensive shape. Let me get us into our 4-3 holding. Just playing something like this, right? Maybe a little further forward. But... So for one, this formation was really narrow. Like, really narrow. Which means my opponent was always really narrow, really compact. The obvious weakness to this is just do this and force them out of their shape, and that was just an option I never had. Now the 4-2-3-1, not really doing that. The 4-2-3-1 allows me to do the attacking wingbacks thing because I at least have 2 CDMs instead of just 1. So I'm a little better against the counterattack, so I've been able to do this and actually have some ability to get down the wing. But I just canceled that out again and went false back because I just prefer going down the middle. But what ends up happening in the 4-3-3 here, is these players are almost entirely inaccessible. So is your striker. They linger. And last year, like, your wingers used to be able to make actual runs, like, beyond or cutting way inside or going to the other side of the, like, not all the way to the other side of the field, obviously, but sometimes they don't end up on the other side. This year, the winger will only ever, like, they'll start here, and so they will drift, like, their total range is here, no, here. But once the AI moves them from outside, they don't move back outside again, which means they're stuck, like, here, and they don't go anywhere else. Which means they're normally covered by a fullback or a center back, and you just can't get the ball to them. In the very rare occasions that the opponent's defensive AI just messes up and somebody gets out of position, or they manually control somebody and they get out of position, or you just kind of, like, the only other option is getting that jam where it just, like, you have the ball here and the opponent tackles it and it bounces to him and he's just open, you can get him behind. I have low ability to hold on to possession. I have low ability to control the games in the 4-3-3 as I was playing it. I can control games better with the attacking wingback, but I just got countered way too much and conceded way too many. Because it's narrow, it's limited, and there's not any free roam, like free form stuff happening. I had very, very little ability to actually generate chances. That said, the fewer chances I generated were higher quality. Because when I'm getting the ball to my attackers, like, they are up here. Which means if some jam happened, or I just happened, like, for whatever reason, there was just a good run that happened to be made for the first time in a game, when I do get the opportunity, my players are here. So they're in the right spot to get some great attacking chance, but I can very rarely actually get the ball to them. When I'm doing the 4-2-3-1, you can see immediately they're deeper. It is much easier for me to get the ball to them. In most situations, I'm able to control the game. I can just kind of pass the ball around. My possession probably bumped by like 5% per match or something like that. Rajesh, I see you spamming. There's, like, the only hope is L2 or having a press proven or press proven plus player. I don't have an answer for you. We've tried, like, first time R1 right stick flicks to take a different first touch. We've tried holding L2 while receiving the ball. All I can say is shielding is really bad this year, but still, shielding's really your only option. It's just tackles from behind are broken. So the obvious problem here is I never have the ball in a scoreable position with my players. Striker is basically inaccessible. This player doesn't really get where you want them to either. And if this player actually makes a run, nobody else does, so they'll stay, like, out here, which means you're just attacking with these two. If this player stays back, sometimes you'll get this, but again, it's only ever these two. You never get multiple at once. But at least I can recycle possession and hold on to the ball. So it's really like, do you want to control the game and just hope you end up getting, like, control the game, get many chances to do something, but all of those chances are low scoring opportunities? Or do you want to have lower ability to control the game, but when you get chances, you actually have an easier time scoring them? The problem with attacking wingbacks is stamina. They, like, Kimmich is fine because he's got like 90 stamina and relentless minus, but any left back I've used just gets, like, has to be stabbed out by the 70th minute. The thing I don't like about the, how do I put this? The 4-2-2 narrow ends up in the shape that I want at the end, but I don't want that button option. This encourages the opponent to be compact immediately. They want to just kind of be within the shape. And most of the time they will defend like this, which means you're really congested in the midfield and your only outlet any time is to the overlapping fullbacks. Which means it's a very repetitive formation where you're just like every single time the only ability I have to get down the field is getting it to the fullbacks. Doing this, getting down the wing, forcing the opponent to get back, buying my team time to get forward, and then just doing your like 1, 2, 3, 4, like trying that, right? The reason I prefer the 4-3-3 holding is you're right. It ends up in the same shape. The players are in the same overall position. Like this, it's the same either way. The benefit of the 4-3-3 holding is your players starting wider and drifting in instead of encouraging the opponent to start. Instead of encouraging your opponent to start narrow, you encourage your opponent to start wider, which should leave gaps for your players to drift into, as opposed to just being narrow and having very repetitive passing lanes, just kind of moving through the whole time. The idea is, if you've ever heard Cruyff's philosophy, this is total football. That's what the idea is. The idea is stretch the opponents, stretch them this way, pull them out of their shape, allow little gaps to be formed, and then that's when you move into those gaps. You don't encourage any gaps to be made by just starting like this. You want, the ability to get out wide, allow those players to make those movements slowly throughout the field. Does this work in practice? Not necessarily, because it's an EA game. This worked phenomenally last year. It's not working this year. I'm a very stubborn player. I'm a very philosophized player. I refuse to play the game in a way that I don't like. So the 4-1-2-2, regardless of effectiveness, now I've tried it and I didn't find it that effective because it's very repeatable and your opponent just kind of knows what's coming every time. But no, not that again. Regardless of effectiveness, even if this were a more effective formation, I would still be stubborn and try to force mine to work. I just find this more fun. This is what I watch happen in real life. You might think this is like 2011 Barca. This is Messi. This is, I think it might have been, what was it, David Villa and Pedro back then. Then Iniesta, Xavi, Busquets, Alves, Piqué, Puyol, Alba. Like, even without that, the false nine is pretty rare. But beyond that, Liverpool have played this, City have played this, Bayern have played this, Dortmund have played this, Chelsea have played this, Arsenal have played this. Arsenal sometimes play this currently. Like Partey, Rice, Odegaard, Saka, whoever, obviously Arsenal sometimes do the inverted thing. Sometimes Ben White's more of an overlap, but if this is Caligiuri or Timber or whatever, sometimes they're inside, but actually this has been Timber, I think, this year, but I'm tired, forgive me. Cruyff 3-3-1-3, that is also very Cruyffian, yeah. Going to become a half-winger activist. I get what you're going for there, Bohemian, and it worked. It is just not... Like, you're going for your passing plays, it is perfectly fine. I don't really see teams playing like that too much in real life. Like, City kind of does, but... Where's my code? If you hold L2, Opponent, just spin like a tornado, even if you fake him, the player don't. Yeah, I wish I had an answer for you. If I had an answer, I would tell you. The first touches and being tackled from behind are like the biggest problem. One of the biggest problems I have this year. A lot of my ability as a player comes from holding on to the ball a little bit longer than other players and trying to drag the opponent out to meet you and then playing around them. And it is harder this year than ever before. Also, yeah, I will. That's a good point. I will request no more spamming. I see your message. I'm currently talking about other things. I don't like. I will get to you when I get to it, but I have other comments I'm already answering first. 4-3-2-1 with left cam and half winger. Other on shadow striker. Perfectly fine. Again, I've never liked the asymmetrical formation. I like to. There was a Napoli team I liked that was Insigne, Mertens, Jose Callahan up top, and Insigne is cut inside. Jose Callahan is hold the width. I think it was Mario Rui who overlapped to hold the width alongside Insigne, but the right back, I forget who it was. But the right back inverted. And then it was Alan, Hamšík, and I don't remember. But that was like the only team I've ever watched that I liked that was asymmetrical. Every other team is like both wingers are inverting or both wingers are wide. Both center mids are the same profile. You know, again, perfectly fine for you to do like your two cams on something different. For me, I just enjoy it so much more if if it's the same on both sides. Like I would not enjoy that shape, you know. Or you could do that one. This would work. It might even be more effective than what I'm doing. When all of you watch me, you just have to accept that I'm going to be a stubborn little weirdo and play in a very specific way, even if it's not working. El Ghazi sounds familiar. That might be right. Right, yeah, so I just answered that, and the stream delay gets to you later. I understand that. You get, obviously the other formation, but you get this shape, right? Which is pretty much what that Napoli thing was, but it flipped on the other side. Again, perfectly fine to play like that. When you all bring your tactics in, I hope I'm not, like, shooting them down and being like, oh, that's bad. No, it's perfectly fine, and I can see how it would work in the game. I have more fun like this. I need my part of it for me too is I always just use the same players. Like I want everybody to be as good of a dribbler as possible. So I never want to use like fullback defend because that would be Koundé, who's not going to feel that good on the ball. I don't want to use Declan Rice and Rodri as the CDMs. I want to use, people with skill moves and better body types and all that. And then I want my, like, if I had my choice, Messi, Neymar, probably. Or maybe Messi, Neymar, or something like that. Depends on the year, whether I want Messi at striker or Neymar at striker, which one at cam, which one up top, but you know, the half winger thing makes sense if you have maybe a pacier, like a, I don't know, pacier creative outlet who's maybe a little stronger out here, and then this one you get your technical, shorter, better on the ball player, but I just always want the technical player, so. Said it is pretty late for me. I think I need to be calling the stream here. We had some success. Yeah. Musiala, unfortunately, has been a bit of a disappointment for me. I don't think I've quite figured out how to use him yet, though. Schuler has been pretty darn good, if I'm honest. 17, 28, and 11. We had Mbappe, who was like 30, 29, and 29, I think. 31, 31, 29. That's what? 59 goal involvements with 31 games. That's 2 per game. She is over 2 per game. Nuno Tavares. I don't think I even bothered getting that card. That was one of the objectives, right? Anyway, I'm gonna stall. Yeah, I should get going. We'll be live tomorrow with just more of the same. Have a good night, everybody.